If you're watching this, it's not a coincidence. This is not random. You've been drawn here for a reason. There's something deep within you that knows, something in your soul is ready to shift. You may not see it yet, but your entire reality is preparing to change. And it all starts with one truth. Your imagination is God. This was Neville Goddard's core teaching. Not that God is somewhere in the sky watching you, not that God is judging you from afar, but that God lives within you as your own wonderful human imagination. The power that creates worlds, the power that shapes galaxies, the power that turns invisible thoughts into physical things. That same power exists in you, right now, always. The moment you begin to use your imagination consciously, the moment you stop reacting and start creating, you step into your true power. You step into the role of the creator of your reality. Neville said, "Man is all imagination, and God is man and exists in us and we in him." That means you are never waiting on the world. The world is waiting on you. Your external reality is a mirror. It reflects back to you who you believe you are. So ask yourself, who are you imagining yourself to be? A victim, or a creator, a struggler, or someone who thrives? Someone who hopes, or someone who knows? Because what you are imagining, persistently, emotionally, and consistently, becomes your life. Neville didn't teach positive thinking. He taught assumption. There's a massive difference. Thinking, hoping, wishing, these are passive, but assuming, that's active. To assume means to take something as already true, to live from the end, to move, speak, feel, and think, as if your desire is already yours. That is the key. Neville said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Not tomorrow, not when things look better, not when everything lines up, but now. Because your assumption is what moves reality. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to identity, who you are being in consciousness. If you want to be wealthy, you must feel wealthy. If you want love, you must feel loved. If you want success, you must feel successful. Not pretend, not fake it, but actually shift within and embody the version of you who already has it. When you do this, when you dwell in that state long enough, your reality bends to match it. This is not theory. This is law. Neville taught that the law of assumption governs all creation. Whatever you assume to be true, good or bad, must come to pass. The world is just an echo of your inner conversations. So, what are you assuming when no one's watching? When you look in the mirror, when you lie in bed, when you imagine your future? Are you seeing a powerful, confident, loved version of yourself? Or are you repeating old fears, old doubts, and old stories? Because your inner world is the soil, and whatever you plant there, through assumption, emotion, and repetition, will grow. That's why Neville emphasized the power of revision. He taught that you can change your past, not just how you remember it, but its actual influence on your present and future. How? By going back in imagination and rewriting the scene. Let's say you had an argument, or you were rejected, or something didn't go your way. Instead of reliving that pain over and over, you go within and revise it. You imagine a different outcome. You hear the words you wish were said. You see the event play out as you wanted. Why does this matter? Because your subconscious mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality. Whatever you impress upon it, it accepts as fact and reproduces in your world. So, if you keep replaying trauma, you keep reactivating it. But if you revise it, if you replace it with a new story, your subconscious adjusts, and your reality follows. Neville said, Change the past by revising the day, and the future will take care of itself. This is radical. Most people think they're trapped by time. Neville showed us we are not, because time is not linear. It's psychological. And as you shift in consciousness, your timeline shifts too. There are infinite versions of you. There's a version that's already abundant. There's a version that's deeply loved. There's a version that's confident, healthy, fulfilled, and radiant. They already exist, and you don't need to become them. You only need to select them by assuming their state. Your state is everything. State is not just emotion, it's identity. It's a combination of your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, and your assumptions. When you enter a new state, your world reflects it instantly, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, but always. That's why Neville said, states are permanent. Individuals are not. You can move from one state to another, from poor to rich, from sad to joyful, from lonely to loved, but only if you assume the new state and persist in it. And that's the key word, persist. It's easy to assume when things look good, but the real power is in holding your state when the 3D world hasn't caught up yet, when nothing seems to be happening, when the opposite seems to be true. Can you still remain faithful to your assumption? Because that's when the shift happens, not when you get evidence, but when you choose belief without evidence. Neville said, faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. Your job is not to force change. Your job is to assume change, to persist in the unseen, and let the seen catch up. The world is a shadow. It's always a step behind your inner world. So stop reacting to shadows. Stop trying to fix the mirror. Fix the image. Return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Make that your home. Neville gave a powerful technique for this, the state akin to sleep. Just before sleep, when your conscious mind is relaxed and the subconscious is open, you imagine the scene that implies your wish is fulfilled, not as a movie you're watching, but as an experience you're living. You see it through your own eyes. You feel it in your body. You hear the sounds. You smile the smile of someone who already has what they wanted. You do this night after night. Why? Because repetition impresses the subconscious. And once the subconscious accepts it, it must outpicture it in your world. This is how you create effortlessly. This is not about doing more. It's about being more in imagination. Neville didn't say, force it to happen. He said, live in the end. Dwell there. Feel it real. Let the outer world conform. He also said, you are already that which you want to be. And your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. This is your invitation to believe. Believe not because of what you see. Believe despite what you see. Believe because your imagination is truth. Because feeling is the secret. Not effort, not force, not hustle, but feeling. Because your feelings are the language of creation. What you feel, you attract. What you feel, you become. What you feel, you receive. So cultivate the feeling of your wish, fulfilled every single day. Smile when you think of your desires. Let them feel natural. Let them feel inevitable. Because they are. You are not chasing your desires. They are already yours. You are aligning to the version of you that already has them. You are tuning the frequency. You are selecting the state. And as you do, life responds. Doors open. People appear. Synchronicities align. The impossible becomes normal. Because you finally stopped waiting. You stopped hoping. You stopped begging. You became. You assumed. You remembered. That's the power of Neville Goddard's teachings. They don't ask you to improve yourself. They remind you of who you already are. You are divine. You are powerful. You are the operant power. So from now on, stop asking when. Stop doubting. Stop checking. Start knowing. Start assuming. Start living in the end. Because if you're watching this, your reality is already shifting. You've crossed a threshold. You can't unknow what you now know. You can't return to the old self. The new you is here, the expanded you, the confident, calm, fulfilled version of you. And as you live from that identity, everything must reflect it. Not maybe, not someday, but inevitably, because you are no longer at the mercy of life. You are life. You are the creator, and the world is your mirror. So assume wisely, feel boldly, believe fully. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and everything is unfolding perfectly. Welcome to your new reality. It's already yours. Claim it, and remember, your imagination creates reality. Use it, trust it, live from it, because your shift has already begun, and your world is about to transform.